go back home. How long can I stay here till we can move my stuff? And that does happen quite a bit.
What are some services that are available? Because I think when we talk about nursing homes, we all have this kind of real general idea of what a nursing home is, and that may not be what our parents require. If they've been injured, they may need rehabilitative care,
right.
Or if they have Alzheimer's, there's special things that they need there too as well. What do we need to look for? How do we know where to start, what to go for?
Yeah, it's all looking at what's going on, what's going on with your parent. And again, bringing in maybe a geriatric care manager to evaluate, they can kind of help to guide and direct that. But there's so many options out there now. People always think of nursing home. Well, there's so many different levels of care. There's independent living, and people still drive, and sometimes they still work, and they have their own apartment, and they can go down for meals if they want or not. There's activities going on, and buses that take them to different places, and grocery shopping. Assisted living, very similar, but then they have care attendants who come in and will care for that person. And then you have Alzheimer's specific units that are really designed to keep people who are really in the early to mid stages of Alzheimer's independent, and programs that are maybe in shorter increments, and just even the way the food is set up, all of it is really conducive to keeping that person independent as long as possible. So really, things have changed so much over the last 20 years that I've been working in the field, from what you saw as a nursing home back then to what we have now and what's being created in special units and special areas and skilled nursing facilities that, people can really just be able to live what's left of their life with dignity and respect. And people who work in these facilities and communities, you need to really look at all of the pieces there, because they're really not paid a lot of money. They're doing it because it's really a passion for them to care for somebody. And it's amazing, the staff in these places, and to look at it, and they become part of your family too, and your support system. It's like, I always call it like your team. You have now this team of people who are, helping to care for your person that you love, and they end up actually seeing them as family too.
All right, so where do you go for help? Because you've mentioned a geriatric care manager. I don't think a lot of people know what that is, or even where to go to find one. They just don't know where to go for the resources. Where do you start?
Well, you can start, the internet we kind of laugh because you can type in elder care and, a million things pop up, and we've actually created a website. It's aginginfousa.com, and people can go there and find resources, or they can always call us too, and we can kind of help guide and direct them as well, because we know that it's overwhelming. And so we've tried to make the site really clear for people to see what they're looking at and what they need, and then if they need extra help, they can actually call us and we can walk them through it, because it's a lot. It's a lot of information that people need to know. They need to know things like there's an elder lawyer who specializes in what is needed as someone ages, and that's different usually than the lawyer who's helped you close on your home.
Right.
And they know about the different things that are going on in the law. There's so much that's going on, and they specialize in that. And people sometimes don't know that. They have, the lawyer help them close on their house, do the will, and they can do that to a point, but to have an elder law attorney help you is huge, because they really know what they're doing and how to really help families. Geriatric care managers coming in and doing evaluations, home health agencies, what's the difference? There's a lot of information, and so that's why we created our company, Aging Info USA, is to really help these family caregivers who are so overwhelmed to go to one place where there's trusted providers, people that I personally had my family members, they helped my family member, I trusted them with my family, and I always say, if I trust you with my family, then I can trust you with other people's family members too. But where they can go and really trust those resources, but get help if they need to make a phone call, and we can walk them through what's going on, and just a listening ear of somebody who's been there.
Do you also have lists of agencies that come in, like home health, that help care and give you a break from being a caregiver? Because I think as a caregiver, you kind of take on all these responsibilities, and then after a while you burn out.
Yeah.
And maybe we don't take as good of care of ourselves as we should. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, we do have a list of home health agencies. They're wonderful. They do background checks on all of the people who are coming to your home. These are trusted people who are coming into your home. And you're right, people do burn out. And I think a lot of times with caring for someone, we forget to take care of ourselves. And I know I personally did that. I was trying to be superwoman, putting my cape on and flying off every day and saving the world and coming home and taking care of everything. And I forgot to take care of myself, and I really hit a wall and couldn't even manage to like get myself out of bed for a few days, and just went, I just needed the rest, because I was always going and putting my smile on and going to work, and we all do that. We, instead of saying, you know what, I'm really struggling, I need some help. And so finally when I said, I can't do this anymore, I need to take a break, I need some help, then it actually allowed people to step in who wanted to help.
Right.
But I had said, no, everything's fine, I'm all good, I can do this, you don't need to. And we do that a lot to people.
Right, we do.
Instead of just saying, I need to be honest, I need to be vulnerable, I need help, I need prayers, first and foremost. I need to remember to give this to God, and I also need people to physically help me take care of things, because I cannot do it. And it is okay if we cannot do it.
Do you see that a lot, Sue, that a lot of people are overwhelmed? Women especially, because we think that we have to have our house in order and our family in order and everybody taken care of, and we're not super women.
Right. We're super and we're women, but we're not super. We have no superhero powers, and I'm sorry to share that with people. I know I've just put a lot of people who are watching, but you know what we need to do is really say, what do I need to do for me first? And it's just, you know, I would say when you're on you're going on a trip and you're sitting on the plane and they do their little, you know, where the exit rows are, and then they say, in emergency, your oxygen mask will fall. Put yours on first and then help those around you. Well, they do that for a reason, because if you cannot breathe, it's really difficult to help other people.
Right.
And I think, especially as women, what we do is we try to get everybody else's mask on and take care of everybody else, and we're walking around like gasping for breath. Instead of going, it's okay that I take time for me, where the door's closed, and unless you know you are actually a firefighter and the house is on fire and you have come to save me, do not knock on the door. I need my time for me to take care of me, and need a break from everybody else. And maybe that means that the kids might not go to their friend's house that night, and they might need to stay home because you just don't want to be the taxi that evening. That's okay. We need to give ourselves permission to say no, to step back, to set boundaries, and to take care of ourselves, because we really become not helpful to other people.
Right.
If we're taking on all that and we try to keep pushing and pushing, eventually you're going to break.
All right, we're out of time for today's program. I want to thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you.
I want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Joy in Our Town.
This program has been sponsored by the Trinity Broadcasting Network and made possible by your telephone dollars. Your continual support can keep Joy in Our Town brought to your home every day. So write Joy in Our Town, P.O. Box A, Santa Ana, California, 92711.